of bloodbath and sudden death in Baladila. No street corner is left without any traces of violence, fresh or old ones. Destruction and sudden death can take place almost anywhere and everywhere. We thought we were in safe zone, but not so. Our deadly reality show was just at our doorstep. This week took 5 lives. Trucks burnt recently. And in the adjoining compound managed by a private industry, a recent argument with a Naxalite leader result 17 big truck loaders burnt beyond recognition. Is Baladila mines. Location is Dantewala in Chhattisgarh, right in the heart of the left-wing extremist areas. In this episode of National Security, we take a closer look into the exploits of Central Industrial Security Force and see firsthand how this specialized force is combating terrorists, Naxalites and other anti-nationals while safeguarding economic interest and other assets of our country. These days, India is directly under attack almost 24/7 by terrorists, hired by our sworn enemies or brainwashed by anti-nationals who do not recognize Constitution of India. And given the fact that buoyant economy is speeding up by each passing day, attacks to destabilize India is also rising. On target are economic installations, both government controlled as well as the private ones. Not only the visible structures that are on the hit list of terrorists or extremists, but the core areas of our economic activity, in particular, rich mines of raw materials and refineries, all are under constant threat, including the new kind of terrorist, the brutal kind known as the left-wing extremist, and the areas where they operate are classified as LWE areas. Unusual though it may seem, the so-called areas of influence of left-wing extremist groups could only be spotted in and around rich coal and iron ore mines. In some cases, super-rich bauxite mines, which is raw material for making aluminium. And this brings in the Central Industrial Security Force, the CISF, into the picture. The world's only exclusive combat army created specially to safeguard economic assets of our country. To do an on-the-spot assessment of CISF's capabilities, Rajya Sabha television took stock of the situation by seeing firsthand how this exclusive paramilitary force is all buckled up to face Maoist and anti-nationals head-on. Seeing was believing. Recently, the CISF Jawans have mastered a technique that has put them in an elite league. How to strip and stitch a hot weapon in combat situation, and at times doing the task even blindfolded. Women commandos seems to have gained an upper hand. Have a look at this one. A perfect answer to the Naxalites. what came next was in superlatives. CISF appears to have outsmarted even the National Security Guards in this hair-raising parkour technique, an act of the daredevils, where only obstacle is just no obstacle. These CISF special teams are trained to chase their adversary in any kind of situation or terrain. This is parkour, and they are commandos in making of a brand new deadly force. The new battleground of CISF is right at the epicenter of Naxalite movement. The spots are known as Bacheli and Kirandul, deep inside Baladila mines of Dantewala in Chhattisgarh. Spell their names. These mine areas throw up images of bloodbath and sudden death in Baladila. No street corner is left without any traces of violence, fresh or old ones. In local Chhattisgarhi dialect, Abujman literally means land about which not much is known. Only native tribals who live there know the ins and outs of Abujman. Naxalites hibernate here, and they sit right on the heads of mine pits in Baladila mines. The primary task of CISF is clearly cut out. Naxalites or no Naxalites, mining cannot be stopped at any cost. Explicit orders from the North Bloc are clear and defined. Guard this area fiercely.
In LW area, the threat can be anywhere. You have seen these places. The assets are deployed in many places, wherever the mining is taking place. So these assets have to be protected.
Almost 50% of black economy of Maoist is allegedly sourced from just these two mines in Bacheli and Kirandul. In all this destruction and violence that is taking place in Bastar region, there is, however, one silver lining which refuses to fade away. The local brass and metal art made out from the extracts of raw material from Baladila mines, the Bokra art.
ये जो मूर्ति है यही बैलाडीला के लोहा से बनाए गए हैं और एला डोकरा मूर्ति आर्ट कथन और यही ला हम सब स्थानीय लोग मन एला परंपरा ला जीवित रखे के कारण रखे हैं।
We take a short break, and when we come back, we see for the first time ever on Indian television the Indian version of Ninja Warriors that CISF had created.